Good morning, everybody. I'm Mark Sussman, the editor of Willamette Week. Delighted to be here with you this morning with Anna Johnson, who is, Anna, tell us your title.
I'm the Senior Economic Analyst for the Oregon Employment Department.
Great. And we're going to talk about why we've asked you to come on this morning. But first, tell us a little bit about your personal circumstances. You work for the Employment Department, so I assume you're based in Salem.
Yes, I'm based in Salem, and I've been lucky enough to be able to work from home for the past couple months.
And home for you is in Salem, and you're sheltering in place with, did you say your mother?
Yeah, my mother came to stay with me, and so this is the first time we've lived together since I was 18, I think. It's been kind of fun.
Fun?
Yeah, we get along well, so. But strange, it's still strange because sometimes I feel like I'm still in high school.
So Anna, we're talking to you today because you issued a report 2 days ago, or maybe it was 2 days ago, I guess.
It was yesterday.
Yesterday, I'm sorry, showing some pretty shocking employment numbers. You have the wonderful job of sharing terrible news with the state of Oregon. But just go ahead and give us the highlights of what you shared with the state yesterday.
Sure. So for the month of April, we really had our first look at the effects of the pandemic on Oregon's economy. And in April, the unemployment rate jumped from a near record low in March of 3.5% to a record high of 14.2%. And this is the highest it's been with continuous data going back to 1976.
So how many people is that in Oregon that have filed for unemployment in the last month, is it?
Yes. Well, the unemployment rate is not connected with unemployment insurance benefits. So you don't have to have applied or be receiving unemployment insurance benefits to be counted as unemployed. It's a totally separate measure. So for the total number of unemployed in Oregon for April, it's about 300,000 people.
So
and before that, in March, it was about 70,000. So
in a period of a month, in essence, if I'm hearing you correctly, about 230,000 Oregonians lost their job in a period of about a month.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's absolutely historic. I gather there's been nothing like it.
It really is.
Since you've been keeping records in Oregon.
No, and there's really nothing like it in any sort of historical record with this kind of data. Most typical recessions, like the Great Recession in 2007 through 2009, it was a little, it was bad. The unemployment rate got up to about 11.9% in Oregon at its highest. And it was more of a kind of like gradual creep up as opposed to this, which just went from, again, we had a record low unemployment rate in January and February of this year, 3.3%, and it was 3.5 in March. And then the bottom fell out.
Can you shed a little bit of insight for our viewers about who it is that's losing their jobs? I mean, obviously, all of us know waiters and bartenders who obviously aren't working, but it seems pretty clear that this has moved way beyond the service sector, which obviously was sort of the first hit.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, the leisure and hospitality sector was kind of the first big wave of who was hit with the restrictions put on restaurants and, kind of accommodation services. But looking at employment data for April, no sector in Oregon gained jobs. So it's widespread. Leisure and hospitality obviously was the hardest hit. over the month, it lost about 54% of its jobs. And other big sectors, healthcare and social assistance sector lost a lot of jobs with the restrictions on, elective surgeries, dental offices being shut down, and kind of non-urgent care being delayed had a big impact. And then also retail trade. So kind of these industries where it's harder to social distance were really the big ones, but all sectors were impacted.
And how is Oregon's unemployment rate compared to the rest of the countries at this moment? Are we about the same, worse, better?
It's about the same. The US rate was 14.7% in April.
So we're trending with the national averages. And I know you don't like to forecast. Your job is more to take a look at the existing data. But do you have any doubt in your mind that the unemployment rate a month from now will be, it will be higher than it is now? I mean, is the momentum pretty clear that this is going to get worse before it gets better?
There's a couple opposing factors affecting it right now. For April, it was pretty clear everything was pretty shut down for a while. But, as of May 1st, a lot of the healthcare elective procedures, dental offices were able to start opening back up. And as of May 15th, a lot of counties in Oregon were allowed to kind of enter that phase 1 of their reopening. So, that's starting to happen, and that'll probably play into the data going forward. But we also know we're still continuing to see a large number of people file for unemployment insurance through May. The most recent week we have for data for that, counties that are getting hit the hardest are kind of ones that are more tourism based in their economies. So coastal regions, Deschutes County, that kind of those areas.
Anna, it seems to me that the one silver lining in all of this is that potentially Oregon is in a better situation than many other states because our unemployment trust fund, if that's the correct thing, is actually solvent, and it appears that we have enough funds to pay the unemployment claims that are piling up. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're in a better position than a lot of other states. Our unemployment trust fund is very solvent. I've seen some reports that other states have already kind of exhausted their trust fund, and that's not the situation we're in. So, our forecasts right now say that we're okay. And with the CARES Act and some of the expansion programs to unemployment insurance benefits, that's being paid by the federal government. So that's not coming out of our trust fund.